I write lyrics all the time. I wrote 5 songs this week. I do it for practice. It's how I treated their old beats that nobody else wanted.
These are the plaintiffs, Christopher Mangello and Sin Q. They say they spend countless hours developing, training, and molding the defendant into a viable rap artist. And the louse is stiffing them on their fees. They work really hard with this kid, sacrificed a lot of time to help him out, and deserve every penny of the $5,000 they're suing for. This is the defendant, Jeffrey Gleinert. He says he's a lyricist and he produces his own work, and the plaintiffs said they could produce and manage him. In the middle of their sessions, the plaintiffs upped the price they'd agreed upon, and he realized they were nothing more than scammers trying to rip him off because he was young and impressionable. Bottom line, they provided no viable services to him, and he owes them nothing. He's accused of hip-hopping his way into court.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Milian in our forum, the People's Court.
Be seated, come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn in.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Christopher Mangello.
Yes.
And
hi, Your Honor.
You've asked to be referred to only as Sin Q?
Yes.
Okay. You are suing Jeffrey Gleinert?
Gleinert.
Jeffrey Gleinert for $5,000. You say your damages actually exceed that. In fees that he has not paid you for songwriting, recording, and production, legal fees, and a traffic ticket that you say he should reimburse you for when the two of you were talking about going into business together, but then in the end didn't reach a contract. All right, let's rewind and talk to me.
Your Honor, I met Jeffrey Gleinert through a mutual friend at a jazz festival. Long story short, he played me...
The only people who say long story short are people who cannot tell a long story in a short way. Go ahead.
Anyhow.
You met him at a jazz festival, and what do you do?
I'm a rap artist.
Okay. So you met him at a jazz festival.
And the mutual friend, said, this kid's a rap artist. You might want to talk to him.
Because what do you do?
I'm a producer, songwriter. I worked on an album that won 2 Grammys.
Which one?
Les Paul and Friends, American-made, well-played.
Okay. So go on.
So Mr. Gleinert gave me a CD of his, and then we discussed it. I immediately saw a great talent and his just will to work. And Sin Q and I teamed up, and we started working with Mr. Gleinert.
What does working with him mean?
Writing, developing, seeing what style he wanted to go in what rap style. We gave him a name.
What's the name you gave?
Jay Venice.
Have you used that?
Never.
Okay, you don't need to lean over. We have really good technology here. Okay, go on.
So we gave him the name Jay Venice. He did use the name.
Where did he use it?
He referred to himself as Jay Venice.
But I mean like looking in the mirror using it. I mean, did he use it commercially?
I mean, he transformed himself. He became Jay Venice.
How?
Where he greeted people.
So it's the way he said hello that makes you feel he profited from your nickname,
No,
Jay Venice.
he didn't profit from it.
Okay, so go on.
So anyhow, we agreed we were going to do 2 songs for him and a video. So it was originally, the price was around $6,000.
You never got into contract, right? You don't.
Well, we have a contract drawn. And
okay. You had a written contract on which he refused to sign, correct?
Right,
okay.
Correct.
So originally, according to you, the agreement was that you folks would do what for $6,000?
We were going to write, record, produce, and make a video for him.
Okay.
For his music, and create a Kickstarter campaign.
What does that mean?
That means to try and raise more funds to finish a complete album.
Was there a commitment to raise a certain amount, to guarantee a certain amount raised?
Well, you can't guarantee on a crowdfunding site.
Okay. Now, you tell him, this is what I'll do for $6,000. Mm-hmm. And then apparently you guys start working on stuff already without a contract.
Yeah.
According to you, it's 56 hours. I'm going to get to you in a second. Okay. What happens in those 56 hours, according to you? What work do you do?
Well, we wrote with him. We discussed ideas of what style he wanted to go through. We recorded him and produced him
How many songs did you record?
2.
Okay.
We didn't finish them, and we made tracks for him. CQ here made some tracks for him, 6 tracks.
Okay, now explain what tracks are.
Tracks
Let
are
me hear
Basically,
from
tracks are production. It can consist of live instruments or digital instruments like drum machines, samplers, horns, flutes, or whatever. And we put that into basically a genre of music.
So you create digitally the background music to
Right.
his singing?
Right. Mhm.
Okay. And you did how many of those for him?
6 of them.
And who has those? He does or you do?
We both do.
I don't
both
have
do.
anything.
What?
I have nothing from these men.
Did you give him a copy?
Oh, yeah, email.
How did you, okay, so do you have the email to show
Yeah.
that you gave him a copy? Okay.
Here's 2.
Where you're sending him the item? Right.
It's got a track underneath it with a play button.
Sent on September 3rd and on August 8th. Okay. What else would you be possibly sending him that would have a play button? All right,
I have
so go.
material here that's recorded.
Yeah, let me hear it.
I know you feel like things changed, and I feel like things changed too. Now you feel a certain way, but I'm still the same dude from way back who'd say that you're the only one for me. Hoes can stay back, I just don't play that. I'm just a man who chose you but can't choose. Don't feel no way when I say what I don't mean. People get stupid.
All right, who wrote that, you or him?
I wrote those lyrics.
Okay. And you put together the music?
Yeah, I put together.
Okay.
But we
According to
also
you,
helped
you don't
with
have
the
it, but I
lyrics.
see 2 emails where they made you something that was
Oh.
play button.
They emailed me old tracks that they couldn't get anyone else to use, that they were just trying to dump off on me. They were like,
Oh, they
here's
weren't-
something.
those weren't the
no,
tracks
they
that you
didn't do
asked
any
for?
work for me. No,
Okay.
they sent me those. I wrote lyrics to them, I did my thing
So
on the
apparently
track.
they weren't that objectionable because you wrote lyrics to them.
I write lyrics all the time. I wrote 5 songs this week. I do it for practice. It's how I treated their old beats that nobody else wanted.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. How many months were those 56 hours?
From August to like October 10th.
Okay, so the month of August, the month of September, and part of the month of October, you guys don't have a written contract, and yet you're working together.
We had a verbal, he said, don't worry. He said, my parents said as long as he stays, not smoking marijuana, they would pay for his contract.
If he stopped smoking marijuana, they would pay for his contract.
Yeah.
Is that true?
That sounds like smear to me. I never said that.
So, but when you say we had a contract, what do you mean? You guys never had?
We spoke about and he said
verbal.
verbal.
Okay. When did the written contract finally bubble up if you're working together 2.5 months?
I'll tell you when it was done. Exactly.
Or just don't work with the guy till you have the written contract. If it takes a year to get a written contract, I guess that's your pay.
September 20th.
Okay. And so you give it to him September 20th, and what happens?
And then I didn't hear from him for a while.
Okay.
And just gave it, first he said that his parents thought he should concentrate more on school. I mean, we worked very closely with him, so we were with him all the time.
Right. This is your day job.
This is my day job.
Right. I understand
This is too
that.
early for
which
me.
Which makes it kind of all more important for you to have something solidified and a clear understanding between 2 people if you expect to get paid 56 hours. So tell me the work you guys did. What did
We
you do?
wrote.
How many songs did you write?
CQ made 6 tracks.
Tracks.
Okay. So that's what we talked about before.
Right.
Did you make these tracks for him, or were these tracks you had lying around?
Well, these are tracks that I had because I have a library of instrumentals.
Okay. So what he did was go to his library and send over some tracks that are his
Right.
work. I understand. Go on.
Then we wrote another song with him and helped him shape the lyrics and helped him shape the melody and then recorded him
Okay.
doing that song Amnesia.
Okay. And where did that go? It's gone nowhere because you didn't get an agreement. All right. But you spent time doing it.
A lot of time.
Okay. All right. Tell me what's going on here. According to him, you had a verbal agreement for $6,000 for them to make you a star. So tell me what happened.
We met at the jazz festival, like he said. After that, he texted me.
Did you
and
play? You didn't play at the jazz festival. You just met.
I was going to. My set got rained out. It was real tragic.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go on.
Anyway, after we texted, we met a few times. We talked about collaboration. As a musician, you have to expand your network of musicians, and I collaborate with musicians very often.
Do you get paid when you do that?
No, and I honestly I don't pay because it's an artistic collaboration. 2 artists meet up, share ideas, work together.
But that wasn't what this was. You were going to hire them to be. Well, wait a second. That's what you want it to be now because you don't want to pay any money. But you were looking to get into business with them to hire them to produce the one video, right?
We had agreed to, and I have evidence right here. There's an email dated October 1st where they said that they could have a finished product. What you heard was a raw product. You could hear my breathing in between the rapping. So obviously it wasn't edited. They said they can have my songs placed on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, etc. They can have my songs played on the radio. They can shop me to a record label, and if possible, obtain a slot for me as an opening act for a major artist. I agreed conceptually there would be a financial arrangement to be determined at a future date.
How do you do that? What's wrong with you people? Don't you understand that you have to have that clear? Because otherwise you end up, we have a name for people like you, we call them litigants. What was the amount that was agreed upon? In your answer to the complaint, you had said we had talked about $5,000 and then he upped the price.
I think originally it was around like 25, then it doubled to 5, then it went up to 6, then it went up to 665, and then when I finally got the cost breakdown, it said 8. At that point, there was a red flag, and so I talked to some people. We have a close family friend who's an entertainment lawyer. I spoke to him. He looked at that contract. He said, "This is wrong. Don't do this."
Let me see the contract.
Here you go, Your Honor.
Did you ask them for references? Ask them for anybody that you could talk?
Well, that's what happened. You know, with the lawyer, he said, ask them for references. And they wouldn't give me any references. I wasn't trying to talk to Les Paul. I was trying to talk to anybody they'd worked with. At that point, I said, I don't trust you anymore. I feel like you're inflating the prices, trying to get money out of me. You know, if you look at all our text messages, they're saying things like, yeah, man, you're a big star, you know, trying to build up my ego and all that. It was shady, and I said, no, thank you, and I
Let me see, do you have the text messages?
I do have text messages.
Let me see them.
You want both sides, Your Honor?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the first text message he sent me. The only agreement that we had, as I said, was a conceptual agreement
This is first one.
that I would be open to some form of financial arrangement to be determined if we decided to work together. If you actually look at the text messages, there's a lot of them where I'm saying, hey, what about that beat? What about that thing you guys were sending me? Oh, I'm working on this, I'm working on that. I'm not working on anything for you right now. You know, helping me songwrite that's a little bit ridiculous. I've been writing songs for 7 years now, and they may have, I gave them input on the chorus that I wrote, but there was no grand lesson songwriting taught to me. I've been doing it for 7 years. I've got something recorded on there. I know how to work in a recording studio. They didn't teach me anything about recording. I could play you a live song right now with Adam. Flying Machine, look us up. And we could absolutely show you that at the end of the day,
what the heck?
I'm a musician.
Do it. Do it.
Adam.
I wasn't going to let you do it.
It's in tune.
Can't stop me from falling in love. Man, I fell in love today 3 times. Thought she was the one each time. I see a sweet smile. I lose control of my free mind. I'm a sucker for a cute face. Make you wake up, smile like your toothpaste. Play in your hair, conditioner. I don't care, baby girl, we'll do things. Ooh, you're so fine, so fine. Mess with me, I would make you so mine. So deep in my heart's gold mine. You were so close for the whole time. Man, I could've told you. I should've told you. So scared to be told I couldn't hold you. Can I stay in this world a little longer? Every little more feels a little wronger, but can't stop me from falling in love with you.
Nice. Nice.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So, can a white rap artist generally make it? What do you think?
Yes. Machine Gun Kelly's a prime example.
You can also say Eminem, but I'm asking as a general rule.
I don't know, not as, frequently. They don't make it as
I know they don't, but can they? I mean,
I think so. If they're good enough, yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, of course. Why not?
Name 5.
Eminem, Ryan McLemore, Asher Roth, Vanilla Ice. Is that 4 or 5?
You doing thrift shop on me?
It's a big hit right now.
I know. Going inside the courtroom.
We can help you to have slamming hit songs. Cool. What's the first thing I can do to help you help me? Write lyrics that will blow the world away. Okay, that's helpful. Jeff, also start looking into Kickstarter right away. I had a student who raised almost $13,000 for his comic book that he is making. All right, you're telling him to get to work. By the way, were there 56 hours of collaboration?
Nonsense.
Okay.
If I had to ballpark it and say the amount of hours we spent actually working, not including the amount of hours they spent filling my ear with all their fancy stories of, oh, someone I know in the music business. And I think at one point Chris asked me if I would be willing to whore myself to a music executive in return for a deal.
What do you mean whore yourself?
He literally asked if I would be willing to whore myself to a man.
You mean have sex?
Yes, he asked me that at one point.
Are you serious?
That was the beginning of my mistrust of the man.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, right?
Did you ask that?
I was joking with him.
Mm-hmm.
So how? If you never said.
I mean, if
so
we
if you
were,
had to
if
put
it,
it,
actually time spent
music,
where
not talking,
doing music. 2 hours. It was a lot of talk, and I never received any work either. I put in a lot of work, but all I felt like, one of the other reasons why I didn't want to work with them was because I felt like I was putting in so much work. Anytime I hit them up for something, oh, I'm working on this project or that project.
Like
oh,
what? What would they tell you?
They tell me anything to change the subject, just like when I asked for their references.
You're texting to each other about character of the songs. Chris texts you, hey, Jeff, are you going to do a change-up every minute? I guess you guys must have talked or something. Come on, Chris, I'm not changing anything. I'm developing my character to its maximum marketability. I think what works for me is not sexiness as much as cuteness. I've been researching my appeal, and I feel like we've been thinking Timberlake and Bieber when we should be thinking Bruno Mars and Maroon 5. Okay, first of all, let me just tell you that I don't know of anything sexier than Maroon 5. And I think you're right. It's cuteness that you should be capitalizing on, especially with that little sweater and the hair and everything. I'm serious. I think you're right on that angle. All right. You played me a tape of something raw that you guys did, and I got that. But that wasn't produced, right? Like there was no, you can still hear the breathing in it.
I mean, I don't know if you can hear breathing, but we spent a lot of, that one day was...
Okay. You then present a contract to him. He has his lawyers look at it, and he says, you're changing the prices on me. And did you change your prices on him?
He changed what he wanted. He changed we went from one song to 2 songs to 2 songs and a video. So he wanted everything for nothing.
But the meat and potatoes of it wasn't documented. I mean, look, there are a lot of details in a contract like this. The percentage on the back end, agents and bookings, appearances. There's 1,000 things in here, none of which was discussed because you guys planned on this working. No one plans on coming to court. Everybody plans on this working. So when this happens and you finally codify the agreement, he says, I don't want to work with you guys. Things happen, he gets turned off and whatever it is, he doesn't want to work with you guys. You understand you're charging 7 hours for talking to him the first time, charging 3 hours for the day you met him. How is anybody going to pay you hourly for that? I mean, come on. You really look like somebody who's bitter that he pulled out.
I'm not bitter that he pulled out. I'm bitter that he took advantage of our good nature.
Really? Are you a professional? Is this your day job? Then do me a favor. The next time you want to sign an artist up and get paid for your work, tell him I'm charging you by the hour and acknowledge the number of hours if it turns out that we don't come to terms. You wish to say we get paid X amount by the hour, so while we're trying to agree on a term, every hour we spend, you are paying me for. Are we clear? Good. Put it in writing right here that you're paying me X an hour if we don't come to terms on a major deal. The contract you wish to impose is one you didn't draw up. I mean, it's not what you're describing. It's not what you're describing. All right, here's where we are, folks. Apparently, you're suing not just for 56 hours at $75 an hour that you say you spent with him, many of that just talking, but you're also suing for $1,300 for a lawyer to draft the recording contract. Did he ever agree to pay your lawyer?
I just included that in...
Okay, and then this is the one I really have to hear. Traffic ticket, $235. What's that?
Yeah, I drove him home one time, and...
So you got a speeding ticket?
Yeah, the guy was sitting in the corner.
And you wanted to pay your speeding ticket? Because you were happening... At the time that you spent, you just happened to be taking him home from somewhere? Are you for real?
Nah.
Oh, okay, good. All right. Verdict for the defendant.
All right, here we go with the plaintiff coming out. Step right over here next to me here. Face this way. What's your feeling coming out of the courtroom here?
I feel that we spent a lot of time with him, and he took advantage of us.
Okay. You don't think he's a good artist?
I think he is. I just think he needs some work, though.
All right, right down this way.
Okay.
You head right out there. Say, come on in here. They're talking to me, and your face completely turned around, facing the other direction. How come?
I have no interest in this anymore. The court case thing, the whole being sued, I'm glad it's done.
Yeah, it's done. You win your case. What have you learned from the whole experience with them, getting dragged in here?
I learned you really have to trust your gut, because I never trusted them from the beginning, and I regretted getting in as deep as I did. So I'm glad I got out while I could.
How's the career going?
Flying machine. Look this up. This is Adam. He's in it. Flying machine.
Harvey?
Such a good example of the value of a written contract, especially for personal services contracts. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
This is the plaintiff, Donna Laurie. She says she was driving down the road one night when all of a sudden she heard and felt a loud thud. The defendant threw a piece of wood out of his garage into the street and it hit her car. She was scared out of her wits when the chunk of wood clunked her passenger door, and she's lucky she was able to keep her composure and not crash. Now, she has a dent. The defendant refuses to admit he caused it, and she just wants to get the $996.33 from him today so she can fix her car. This is the defendant, Patrick Sweeney. He says the plaintiff was speeding down his street one night, came very close to the curb, stopped, backed up, and then accused him of throwing a piece of wood at her car. He asked the plaintiff if she was kidding, and she said she was going to call the cops. Why in the world would he throw a piece of wood at someone's car? Even the cops searched high and low for a piece of wood and didn't find a thing. Oh, her! Ha! He's accused of tossing some timber.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket. Imagine the plaintiff shocked. She says she saw the defendant take a piece of wood from his garage, fling it into the street, and it hit her car. But the defendant says not so fast. It didn't happen. And by the way, she was speeding. It's the case of you gave me wood.
Okay, Donna Lowry?
Correct.
You are suing Patrick Sweeney for $996.33, the amount to repair a 2011 Jeep Wrangler that you are trying to repair as a result of what you say was his negligence.
Correct.
Okay, tell me what happened.
I was driving down County Line Road, and I hear
Where
a
is
loud...
that?
It's in Massapequa.
Okay, and when were you doing that?
It was like 6:30 p.m.
What day?
I don't remember the date exactly.
December?
Yes, it's
Okay.
on the sheet, yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Go on.
I hear a loud noise, and I knew something hit my car, but I wasn't sure what. So I turned around. I got scared because I thought it was going to hit the windshield, but it didn't. I heard it hit the side of the car. So I turned around, and I see this gentleman on to the left of me, Patrick Sweeney. He was flinging wood. Instead of like carrying it to the garbage, he was doing like a Frisbee like this. So I said to him, I pulled over and I said, "You just hit my car." I said, "You could have killed me." And he says to me, "I didn't hit your car." He goes, "Are you kidding me?"
He was flinging it to where?
To the garbage.
Where was the garbage?
On the curb part of the street.
The curb part being the sidewalk part?
Yes, correct.
Okay, is the sidewalk elevated a little bit?
Yes.
All right, so he's not throwing it into the street, but is it sticking out into the street?
Some of it was on the street and some of it was on the sidewalk.
So now it's no longer on the sidewalk part?
Right.
Now it's half on the part on the street and part on the sidewalk?
Correct.
So now it's in the street. All right, go on.
So I confronted him and I said, "You know, you just hit my car." And he said, "No, I didn't." And I didn't see the damage exactly because it was really dark and my car's black. So across the street, he has like a street light. So I pulled across and I saw where the dent was. And I went back to his house and I called the police right away. So about 20 minutes later, the cops come. And he was telling the cops his side. And the cops saying to him, "Well, if she went on the sidewalk like he said I did, there's no tire marks or anything here." So they wrote on the police report, he threw an object at my car. They totally believe.
Can I see the police report?
Sure.
Okay, what's going on?
I was putting trash out on the curb. And,
What kind of trash? Why was there so much wood?
pieces of wood from an old freezer. My parents moving out of the house.
Pieces of wood from an old freezer. Mm-hmm. I never had an old freezer that had wood. What do you mean?
I know, it's a very old freezer, and the bottom of the freezer had like a skid made out of wood.
Okay, and so you were throwing it out?
I was putting the wood out on the curb.
Putting or throwing?
I never
Frisbee?
I never threw wood.
Okay.
I wouldn't throw debris.
All right, so where
traffic.
where were you piling the debris?
On the curb.
Okay, that's on the elevated part?
Yes, I have
Do you
some
have a picture?
pictures.
Do you have a picture of the damage to your car?
Yes, I do.
What kind of car do you drive?
2011 Jeep Wrangler.
That's right.
Pictures.
Okay, so your hand is pointing here. So here where the snow is where you were piling the wood?
Yes.
Okay, there's a garbage can here, but you weren't putting it in a garbage can.
When I was in the process of piling wood together, so there was wood in the street on the side.
Here?
Yes.
Okay. So what do you think happened? That she drove and maybe hit something here? But it's too high in her car for that to have happened. That's where she says it was hit. Did you get a chance to look at her car?
Yeah, I took my flashlight out and looked at it.
Okay, did you take a picture of it?
No, I didn't, unfortunately.
Was the car well kept?
Yes.
Okay. So there's no dispute between the two of you that the car got hit by something. You're just saying it wasn't you?
Right, I didn't throw it.
Now you have one part circled that says dent, another part circled that says dent, and then another part where you're showing damage. How many spots are you claiming?
It's like 3 spots. It's like on the door, on the window part, and then a little by the antenna. And you can see where it's like scraped too. So scraped and dented.
When did you see him tossing the Frisbee wood? After you heard the noise and you went back to find out what it was?
Exactly.
Okay, so he says he was stacking it on the curb. There was wood in the street. She says that there's damage to her car. Is that enough to prove a case?
No, I don't think so. Anyone could have dropped the wood.
It's stacked on the curb, guys.
Well, if he's liable for the refuse until the city picks it up, I suspect.
Well, no. But the issue is, did he throw it in the street? The issue is, I mean, is that enough proof that if there's wood in the, he's putting it in?
No.
You say no?
No, that's not proof. Just because there's wood in the street, it could have dropped off some other truck passing by.
You would have found O.J. Simpson not guilty, wouldn't you? Just tell me the truth, right? Just tell me the truth. Going inside the courtroom.
In my peripheral vision, I see something white. I don't know if it's a 2x4. It was a 2x4. I didn't know that. So I just turned around and saw him flinging wood to the garbage.
From where?
From, like, he was coming out of his garage. I guess he had stuff in the garage and he was, flinging it. Instead of carrying
the distance of how many feet was he flinging?
Maybe like 3 feet. It was dark, too, so it was just,
Was it nighttime?
Yeah, it was nighttime.
So let me see the police report.
This is what she gave.
It's not going to be a police report, is it? Does it have facts or it's just a piece of paper?
That's what they gave me.
Okay, but this is an event report. Person threw object at her vehicle. That's it? That's the report? Well, that was helpful. I assume there were no other witnesses, correct?
No witnesses, no.
Out of curiosity, did anybody go through insurance in any way or not really?
No. The police officer told me to go to small claims because it's hard to get money out of, for this type of a case, so I did.
Can I see the auto body report?
I have 2. I took the lesser of the price because, I just want the car fixed. It wasn't about, so I actually have 2 of them.
Judge,
Yeah.
she showed me one small part of damage on her car at the time.
Was it the only damage that you saw?
Only one.
Okay,
little
but I'm looking at
place.
3. What do you think happened?
I don't know.
I mean, they're
there was-
small.
it
The
was
problem is that
only
whenever you
one-
take any car in for body work,
It's
if you-
nice to get everything taken care of.
Well, that's fine. That's why I asked you if her car was well maintained. That's why I asked you if there was any other damage to the car. I mean, she's got some damage to her car. I have you telling me, yeah, I was placing the wood, not throwing the wood. Yeah, the wood was on the street part because I was getting it together to put it in, where I have to put it. But no, Judge, I didn't fling it. But I have the one damage and nothing else. And her saying, what just hit my car? Turning around and looking at me, what would... If not you, then who? She's not trying to make the case better by saying I saw him fling it at me, which half of humanity does, and then I just don't believe them because they're liars. She's actually telling me, I don't know what it was. I know something hit my car. I then turned around and came back, and I see a guy tossing wood. It's got to be him. So there's my case, Judge. I can't make it any better or any worse. And here, if something, let's assume a piece of wood did hit her car, it can ricochet, it doesn't just, it's a piece of wood, so it goes boom, boom, that's kind of how it works. So I ask you, is her car all beat up? Because, sometimes in the pictures with the shine and the reflection of stuff, it's hard to tell. This is not my first rodeo. I've done this a long time.
And showed me the spot.
Yeah.
And I got my flashlight, and I shone my flashlight on it.
Yeah. Okay.
It was slight damage.
Based on what I've heard, I find in favor of the plaintiff in the amount of the $996.33.
Thank you, Your
Everybody should
Honor.
be more careful.
Thank you.
Because it just seems like the most logical explanation that something you did hit her car. Step over here. Thank you. What's your reaction to this outcome? Spinned on you.
I'm a little upset because I did not throw anything at the car.
What do you think hit her car?
I think she drove into the debris on the road.
And that it ricocheted back.
Uh-huh.
It was not past the line on the road where you're supposed to be driving. There's 3, there's a double yellow line in the middle and then the white line and he was on the side.
All right, okay, all right. You just head right around the corner this way. Let's see what the plaintiff has to say about the outcome here. Is there any? You heard what he said, right?
I did. I heard
what he
him.
thinks happened. Why would he throw wood at your car?
He didn't throw it intentionally. He was flinging the wood because he was lazy to bring it to the garbage. So I wouldn't say he tried to hit my car on purpose.
It was dark, right?
It was dark.
It was dark. So you think somebody is going to be so careless as to throw wood around when it's dark and you don't know who you might hit?
Well, that's exactly what happened, and the judge saw through it, so I'm kind of happy.
Okay, over to Harvey.
Okay, you know, we talk about circumstantial evidence. This is the perfect case. There is plenty of circumstantial evidence here. There is wood in the street. Case closed. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. Stop waiting around for the perfect candidate. Instead, use Indeed sponsored jobs to find the right people with the right skills fast. It's a simple way to make sure your listing is the first candidates see. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs have 4 times more applicants than non-sponsored jobs. So go build your dream team today with Indeed. Get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
This is the plaintiff, Asia Bundy. She says she was driving down the road when suddenly and unexpectedly the defendant made an illegal U-turn and smashed into her 2006 BMW 525. What kind of dummy makes a U-turn in the middle of the road into traffic? Now she has a huge dent in her car. The defendant has no insurance and she's coming after him for the $2,922.17 she's owed. This is the defendant, Christopher. He says he was coming out of a parking spot and the plaintiff was the one who slammed into him. He had no damage to his car and the plaintiff had a small scratch from his license plate on hers. Now she's suing him for close to $3,000? Come on, lady, this is ridiculous. And he thinks the judge will agree. He's accused of making a screwy Yui.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff was driving when the defendant made an illegal U-turn and hit her BMW. But the defendant says she slammed into him. It's the case of Yui is going to get suey.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Okay, Aja? Aja Bundy, you are suing Christopher and the owner of the car. You've asked us not to mention your last name or the owner's name. You have power of attorney to represent the owner?
Yes, yes.
Okay. For $2,922.17 that you say they owe you as a result of a car accident that was his fault, correct?
Yes.
What happened?
I was heading southbound on Springfield Ave in Irvington, and before I was going to make a right turn on Lyons Ave.
Come on up here and will this help you explain it? Pick a car you want to be in. You can pick his car.
I'll pick this one. And I'm heading this way. I'm heading this way.
Okay.
And I'm not sure exactly what lane he was in for him to do an illegal U-turn.
What's in between? How many lanes is this highway?
It's on a highway. It's a main street.
And then there's a double yellow line?
Yes.
And then there's the other 2 lanes?
Yes.
Okay, go on.
I believe he was in this lane. And he was going towards...
I'm sorry, I'm just going to... Can you go on?
Oh, yeah, sure. He's going north, and he made just a random turn, and he basically finishes his U-turn in the side of my car.
Okay.
So, I mean, if there was an officer there, he would have got a ticket for doing an illegal turn over a double line.
Yeah.
So, we ended up here. I drove, I parked, he followed me, and, you know, we exchanged information, and I called the police, and they said, well, if no one's hurt, you guys have to drive down to the station, which was weird. It's
Where are you?
This was Irvington, New Jersey, so I'm like, what do you mean? This guy can, like, hit me and drive off, like, I'm 5'2", how I'm gonna stop him? Like, it was weird. So we go down to the police station, he comes, and I make the police report.
But the police don't issue tickets?
No, I guess not. They didn't say anything. They asked me what happened. I told them. They drew up a little diagram.
Is there a lot of crime in your area?
Yes.
Yes.
Like, okay, because they better be doing something. There better be a reason why they don't come out to accidents.
Yeah, I mean, January 18th at 1 p.m., like Friday, there was no cop around on Springfield Ave in Irvington. Absolutely nothing, so.
All right. Okay, come back to the lectern, please. What happened?
Can I go there too?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So
she's the car with the white roof.
I'm at a parking spot. I came out of a parking spot, and there's no double lines where I came out of.
Do either of you have pictures of the road?
Yes, I do.
Hand it to my bailiff, please. He doesn't like people approaching me who he doesn't know. Makes him nervous.
You don't know. Now you do.
Okay. Well, I came out of the parking spot because I was getting a haircut. I came out of a parking spot.
I'm sorry, baby. I'm looking right at a yellow line. Double yellow line.
Hold on.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, that's all right. I'm going to invite you over this time. Right here. What's that if not a double yellow line?
No, this is where we pulled over at.
That's a double yellow line. Okay. Where are you U-turning?
Out of a parking spot.
I understand. Where do you make the U-turn?
Like this. This is the spot where I came from. This is my parking spot over here.
Okay.
Okay, so it shows you that it's not up of an intersection.
Well, you still got to do it and not hit somebody, but go on.
I didn't hit her. I didn't hit her.
You didn't hit her?
No, I'm gonna show you. Can I show you my phone?
Yeah.
Okay.
But she's making it up that there's damage to her car?
No, she swiped me.
Oh, but that, okay.
No, seriously, no, seriously.
Okay.
Wow. Can I? What?
You're making a U-turn.
But I was stationary.
But let's do this. Let's go to the board. I want to go to the board with you.
Okay. Hold on. I came out of a parking spot.
Yeah.
I'm right here.
Okay.
But there's none
I got
of this,
you.
okay?
It doesn't exist in the intersection, so you feel it doesn't apply to you.
No.
Go ahead. It doesn't exist in the intersection because in the intersection, which is not on this thing, in the intersection, the line is interrupted with just regular asphalt.
Here's the picture of her car right here.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
It's. You see, this is my license plate that did this damage.
Okay.
So I was stationary.
Why are you? Wait, stop.
Okay.
Step right here. All right. So you turned here and then you stopped like this. Now I want you to stop and work with me here. You were in the middle of a highway, a 4-lane highway perpendicular to the traffic. You don't think there's anything wrong with that? So then she comes along and what happens?
The first car went around me.
Around you? Yeah, no, because really, what the hell?
Okay.
What's wrong with you? You got to go around him when he's violating the law.
I guess so.
The first car did it. He understood that Papi Chulo was in the middle of the road perpendicular and that he had to go around him. All right, so then what?
So his defense, I made an illegal UE and she hit me and she shouldn't have hit me. Is that a defense?
No, it isn't.
Well, he's saying she should have seen me do it.
No, I mean, it's not. I don't think it is.
What do you think, ma'am?
I don't know. I have to see a picture or video or.
You need video. You need video going inside the courtroom.
Basically, she did. She was going around me, and then she's like this. And then I was in front of her. I went in front of her and pulled over right here. Okay?
I think we got it. Go ahead, go back. Is the gentleman who's with you, was he in the car with you that day or no?
He's not a witness.
He's not a witness?
No.
Okay. And the gentleman who's with you?
That's my dad.
Is he a witness?
No.
Okay. So, I don't know that there's much dispute about the facts, right? You're making a U-turn and she should have seen you.
Yeah.
Why doesn't she have the right of way if she's going straight?
I wasn't moving. I was stationary.
You were stationary in her lane. That's why you guys hit.
I was in the middle.
So what are you saying, that she was aiming towards you and moved her car from the lane she was traveling in order to go hit you in the oncoming traffic lane?
I was in the middle. I was in the middle.
The middle is either one lane or the other. Are you half in one and half in the other?
Yes, I
okay.
was.
So then you're half in her lane. So what you're saying is she should have avoided you like the other car avoided you.
Isn't that a deliberate hit then?
Did you see him?
No.
Did you say, I'm gonna get that man?
I'm driving
I don't think he's taking my space, right?
No.
Did you, when you
I wasn't even parking. I was driving straight. My eyes are straight.
Okay.
I'm not
so
looking.
Did you, and he was in motion according to you. He was never stopped at anything. He was just in motion doing a move that anybody with a driver's license has seen other people make, which is basically, my time is more valuable than yours, and watch out, because here I come. That's what it is. That's what it is, right? Show me the damage, because he's also complaining that he thinks that you're whining about the damage, that it can't possibly be that much, because it was just his license
I drive a BMW, so anything on my car is going to be expensive. It's not.
Yeah, basically you take it in and, you know, with a dirty look, and they're going to charge you. Wow. So basically scraped the whole side of your car?
Because he finished the U-turn passing my driver's side.
Okay, you know what? We're done here. My work is done here. Verdict for the plaintiff, $2,922.17. And stop driving like a maniac.
So sad.
Okay, so that's it for the court case, and here he is in the hallway now, the defendant here. At least he's smiling. What are you thinking about?
I'm just happy it's over.
Yeah, that it's over.
You know?
Well, you were fighting your case pretty hard as you could. You tried to exonerate yourself, but, you know, accidents happen, right?
Yeah, it's an accident, but I thought if you went over a space where it's not double lines that you would be able to do a U-turn.
I was going to say to you that when an accident happens, if you're the one who's in both lanes, when that accident happens, you're kind of exposed there.
You are right there.
Okay. All right. Good luck driving.
All right.
Drive
man.
safely. Drive safely.
I love you, man. Love you.
All right. Step on in here. You satisfied how this comes out?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. He fought pretty hard there. What was he like? What was he like at the scene?
He was actually sounded smarter at the scene. He kind of looked like a fool doing all that random stuff, but I'm happy about the judgment.
Okay, Harvey.
You know, if there was evidence that she could have prevented the accident, that's one thing, but there's absolutely no evidence here. This is a slam dunk.